Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I've got a story that I want to share with you, and I want to highlight the importance of it, right? Because some people may say this is only 3 stores or few stores. It's not that much in the grand scheme of things, but I believe you're about to see a trend, and I want to explain this to you in the best way possible. So stick with me because sometimes the ninja goes off on tangents, but in those tangents, at the end of those branches of the tree of information, there is fruit. And even if it's going off on a bit of a tangent, I promise you we're going to get there. Okay. So, this is entitled Aldi Just Abruptly Closed Multiple Stores. Now, if you don't know what Aldi is, it's a large grocery store chain that many people across the country love to shop at because of the savings that you can get, right? And I want people to understand that these companies, they get large for a reason because they either offer great service or great prices, right? And there's no Aldi's near where I live, but I understand and am very sympathetic to this because I believe not only is it going to affect other grocery stores, but it is affecting so many of my subscribers. And do me a favor, if you shop at an Aldi, type a number 1 in the comment sections. We could see how many people have used Aldi's. Let me know what you think about Aldi's in the comment section, okay? And then I'm gonna link the story below, but we're gonna talk about it. It says Aldi is in the middle of a giant multi-year expansion. Also, I want to go over sort of a plan and how easy it is to destroy our food supply, and how easy it is to stop you from getting the food that you need at your grocery store. So I'm going to try and remember that. It says Aldi's in the middle of a giant multi-year expansion, but that hasn't stopped a few sudden closings from happening right in the same area. Reports say that on June 12th, a store in Auburn, Gresham neighborhood of Chicago shut its doors for good. That could be, I've also seen a lot of closings in Chicago where there's crime, just absolute. We're seeing it in San Francisco up here, where you're seeing Rite Aids closing their doors, or these other drugstores, multi-use drugstores, for reasons because the crime is so rampant and the police are doing anything. All right. So it says the Southside grocery store is the second to abruptly close in the last year, as another Aldi store was shut down in the western neighborhood of West Garfield Park last October. I've actually been down there. Yeah, that's probably why they're closing. Both came without much notice for employees or shoppers and are leaving shoppers in the area without supermarkets nearby. That is what I want to really focus on. I think that is the very serious. Even if it's not affecting you now, it's going to. Okay, so we're going to get to that. It says about the Auburn Gresham closing, a spokesperson for the grocery chain told local news in Chicago in late June that our decision was based on several factors, including, see, the Economic Ninja sees these titles and has already got a feeling this is what it's about. They're including repeated burglaries and declining sales. Out of concern for our employees and customers, keeping this store open was no longer a sustainable option. All of our employees have been given the option to continue working at one of our other Aldi locations in the immediate area, which is good because I'm sure that they're already having employment issues anyway. It says here it's similar reasoning given to reporters at Block Club Chicago when the West Garfield Park Aldi closed. The reasoning was attributed to poor sales performance and increased expenses have simply made it unsustainable to keep the store open. We have been proud to serve the residents of West Garfield Park. Okay, so right here they're actually attributing it to poor sales performance and increased expenses. So that's another thing that we need to realize too. It's not only just that the unnecessary burglaries. I want to make that very clear. I'm probably going to go on a rant later because of what's going on in California. Because you have to wait for the police to show up. And in certain places like crazy California, like in San Francisco, they deserve what they're getting. I'm going to be honest with you. If people aren't standing up right now, this is absolutely insanity, where your attorneys are not, your attorney general or the ones that are in charge of prosecuting criminals are saying, oh, we're not even going to prosecute you if you've stolen under $900. And very similar things are happening in Chicago as well. And, in a world where the news, and please do me a favor, tell the algorithm, vote with your thumbs up and hitting the like button or subscribing to someone that's telling you we need to stand up and take care of our own. That's how we do things. I know lots of police officers, and they are grateful. As a matter of fact, I have been one of those citizens that has had to come to the aid of a handful of people in very serious situations, and the police officers came and thanked me. They're like, we wouldn't have made it here in time. And it would have gotten really bad if somebody wouldn't have intervened. And sometimes we have to use force. And there are so many of you, all of you that are watching this channel. If you made it this far into this video, you're a good person. You want to know why you're a good person? Even if you don't feel good about yourself, this is that tangent I'm telling you about. This is that tree branch right now. There's fruit at the end. Because I have a feeling some of you need to hear this. Even if you feel horrible about your life situation, you're watching a channel right now of somebody that is out warning about things ahead of time, and you want to make a difference in not only your own life, but your family's life or your friends' lives. So that means you're a good person. So enjoy that. Cherish that. Now build on it. All right? Now we're going to get back to the story. Sorry. But we have to start standing up. But it's not only the crime that's causing one of these Aldi stores to close, but it's also poor sales performance and increased expenses. You know, we're seeing inflation taking businesses out left and right. And guys, I'm going to let you finish this story yourself. It's going to be in the comments or the description of the video. I want people to understand how very serious this is, because there are a lot of people that, and again, people are typing one in the comment section. You can see how many people shop at Aldi's. Let me know what you think of them. But these stores get big for a reason, because they're low price or they have good service, right? Usually it's low price. Most stores thrive on low price, and that's why people come in to get their stuff. You could actually, customer acquisition cost is pretty low when you have low prices, you know, quite frankly. I can take a customer from another company easily if I have low prices. I could do just about everything else wrong, but if I got low prices, people will bend over backwards to drive across town. It's just like, you know, a gallon of gas. If it's cheaper across town, ironically, you'll burn more gas to go there, because that's the mentality of the consumer, right? And so the thing is these companies get massive because of good decisions they've made to lower prices and have good service. They become conglomerates. They become monopolies, essentially, right? Well, now when one of them closes, remember that Aldi's that close here in Block Club Chicago, West Garfield Park, or these other places, they've already squeezed out all the mom and pop shops. Maybe all that's left is a couple convenience stores, nothing that big. Maybe there's a Rite Aid, because there seems to be a Rite Aid on every corner in this world, right? But what happens when they close? Well, they've already squeezed out the little guys. It's akin to when I was working as in a hardware store when I was in the 7th grade, and I used to Home Depot is just starting to get built, and I'm like, we need to start coming up with sales and figuring out different things. And they said, no, we're never going to lose our customers. Our customers are loyal. We've been here for 50 years, and they lost their customers and closed their doors because Home Depot had way too much to offer. They could have offered sales. Why did I know this in 7th grade? My grandfather owned a hardware store, and he was an Ace distributor, and Ace is the largest hardware store. It blows, you know, it still blows Home Depot away, and they have the ability to do sales. But if you don't have that mindset of a businessman, you lose your business, you know? And so what happens with these grocery store chains, and this is where it gets very serious, and this is why you do need to have some emergency food set aside. And I'm not joking, at this point, it's a year. You need to have a year's supply of food set aside. Have it in a safe place. And then also think about some other people. You could really help a lot of people when things get gnarly, right? And so my point being is that when these stores close, now these communities are left with nothing. Absolutely nothing. It could decimate a community. And I want you to understand that even if your store, your town or county has a Walmart and it has an Aldi, right? If one of those goes away, Walmart, the other one can only pick up so much of the slack, right? And there just becomes an immediate demand, like a pull on the supplies of that store, and it can actually cause a panic. We've seen that with toilet paper during the flu epidemic, right? So I want you guys to think about that. Like, how far is your nearest supply of food? How serious is this? Like, what do you need to be doing right now to prepare? And it's not just about you preparing for yourself, but it's looking around your community and going, we could be decimated. We're literally seeing, one company close in, was it Idaho, and they have to declare, or I don't remember I don't remember the state, but one company goes out of business. They have to declare an economic disaster because that was pretty much their main jobs, right? It's the same thing for food. It's the same thing for grocery stores that have to close their doors. Because remember, these chains, they're all about numbers. If they see, again, like they say, quote unquote, poor sales performance and increased expenses, they're going to close their doors. They don't care about the community. They care about their bottom line. That's these big Wall Street guys. I want people to realize how serious this is. If you guys got some value out of this, please hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the subscribe button. It really would help me out. Even if you've been on the sidelines, it shows your allegiance to truth and getting the truth out there. All right, guys, that being said, I really appreciate you. The Economic Ninja is out.